blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support. We're all going through trying times, but trust and believe these hard times is going to turn around and give us infinite abundance on all levels that we truly deserve for the hard work we've been placing on ourselves. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and had not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I'd love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the video is very uplifting to you, gives you good information or good vibes, or inspires you in some kind of special way that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times and needs spiritual guidance, or just needs confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the background music that I'm using today is called Letting Go of All Negative Energy. Be Positive Minded. Miracle Music, Positive Energy, Binaural Beats. And I will post that link in the description box below. So I'm trying to sit up here and have it loud enough to where you can hear it. But as well as, she watching Mr. Bean. My granddaughter's here watching Mr. Bean. So I'm trying to keep her occupied and quiet. So I'm trying not to make sure I don't get copyrighted. So I'm trying to make sure that y'all can hear the music over her, over her little cartoon, but for her to be able to listen to it as well. But anyways, my video today that I'm doing is called Twin Flame 101. Uh, Heyoka's turning your tragedy into a platform that others can admire. Others to admire. That's so true. It's just the fact is, I never thought in a million years my situations, my mishaps, my setbacks, tragedy of me dealing with my life, would turn out this way of me making videos, basically vlogging about almost every daggone thing that I've been going through to be able to help others, being able to see their life in a different, perspective. A lot of us are going through heavy situations, shoot off, or you've been dealing with situations because that's all you know how to do, because it's like it's like situations has placed you mentally and emotionally and sometimes physically in dark places that you really for you, and a lot of things that the universe is placing on your path for you. There's things you're coming to terms with. It may be some allowing y'all to know these are the situations just for me being who I am. Experience, it's just amazing how y'all have your own situations, but we're all going through these spiritual changes as well as up. It makes you feel like you're alone. You're not alone. You have your loved ones that have passed. This, keeping tabs on your life all the time, being able to give you that sign like, hey, what going through bad moods, and asking them for an uplift or patience and strength to deal with the things you're dealing with. Being able to give you that strength to be able to hold on, because it's like what we're going through is not easy. We're breaking all these chains and cycles, karmic cycles, generational curses, and so it's just like everything we're going through makes it feel so heavy at times, because it levels, because a lot of times changes occur, but if you're so busy focusing on the negative stuff, that's all you're going to end up getting. That's why I always tell people, they want to help humanity, but you have to be able to take that time out for yourself to see how to do that. All of us as empaths, we always want to save the world. But if we're lost in translation on how our life is supposed to be, it's not going to be able to really help. You can help, but it's like it's going to make you lose your way in that process, because, the universe wants you to know who you are on every level, being able to embrace your gifts for all that matters. Allow yourself to know there's more gifts that's been laying dormant, that you have to go through certain situations and stand still on certain circumstances for those to pop open. We signed that contract many millenniums ago, that we already knew what people we were going to date, people we were going to communicate with, people were going to be in our family, for us to be able to set that example. You have so many different people in your family, they'll look at you like something's wrong with you because they don't understand the things you're going through, and they're not going to. You pick these people for you to be able to be that example, to see how your courage has allowed you to heal on many different things that other normal people would have probably went bonkers experiencing the things that we experience. Because a lot of times when you open up and you tell your tragic situations, you have that willpower. I have to always tell myself, if you are still living, and for you to be able to tell perspective, to be able to say, I can overcome these things too. It might be hard, but it's possible. Anything is possible when you open your mind and your vibes up to know anything is possible to come into your life. And it's, you are work, being able to help people, during their time of chaos, to make sense. Because a lot of times we have things that's going on in our lives and we might think we're having a mental breakdown. We're going crazy. I'm being disconnected from a lot of people. I'm being disconnected from things that used to be fun to me. But that's why, there's things that's changing in your life. A lot of things are not going to seem like you're motivated to do that anymore because it already has ran its course. Being able to understand your tragedy brings promising benefits towards your life on so many levels if you give yourself that chance. You can't breathe. So, all these different things that are going on, you can really benefit off of it. At times it seems heavy because there's a lot of things that are, it may seem like a burden to bear. And, that's where your strength kicks in. Because a lot of times, you want to give up, but your soul won't let you. It's not meant for you to give up, because there's times that, I've went through things and tried to understand why it have to be this hard, why it have to be this intense. I just want to meet my family. I just want to get closure. And, I used to get pissed at the universe, used to get pissed at God. And it's like, this is my family and you're making me jump hoops for it. And it's just like, you're like, look, shoot, I don't have to give you anything. But, I got you on to do this duty, and you are, you're being watched by a lot of people, whether it's in a negative way or it's in a positive way. There's a lot of positive things. Shh. A lot of positive things that has occurred in my life, as well as the negative ones. I had to be able to have patience for things, even when it's been hard, because I'm so good at, when things get hard, just to walk away. I say, I ain't got time for this. This is just too much, and ready to part ways with it when it comes to relationships, whether it's, friends or, just, opposite sex or whatever, relationship. There's things that I had to go through that I learned those from. And it's just, with my truck, dog, you ain't even giving me a chance. I'm like, because if I feel like you're about to waste my time or I'm about to waste yours, I'm just do us both a favor and cut ways. A lot of times that hurts to be rejected, but then that's giving you a blessing that they all about games, or, that's not what you want in your life. You have to be able to reap benefits off of that. Stop fighting sleep. Come on now. It's like with my granddaughter, she is really working it today. It's like when anytime she's tired, she's inching around and making all that noise. But yeah, you go through a lot of things in your life that it occurs that may be hard at times, that may be too much for you to deal with at the time. But these are the things that you're going to have to go through to get to what you really want in life. That they're put in our way to test our patience, test our faith, our belief. That's when all these different situations kick in. I've heard no so many times that, I mean, that's just the next opportunity for me. I'm like, what's going to be for me is for me. I can't worry about what things are being said out, out and about or whatever. How people take me, what do they think of me? There's a lot of people towards my YouTube channel because they're looking for answers for themselves. There's people that I know that secretly hate on me, that, just trying to hopefully I'll sit up here and tell them my next step so they can try to block me off of it. There's so many different things I've learned off of from my mistakes. There's so many emotions, snapping positive situations. The only time I can get, I used to get mad about that, but it's just like, okay, these are the choices I make, but you always have to go about the repercussions you're getting throughout those things. There's a lot of times that I see, people drop little, passive aggressive comments, and I'm like, you know what, bye. I'm not even going to even respond to you, because it's just like my platform is to be able to help others understand why they're understand the duty they have along humanity. Allow hard to deal with it. It can be hard to heal from it. But if this situation is not still occurring into your life, you're giving something power that you cannot change. These are the things, even though I look at my situation and there's times I cry, I ain't even gonna lie about that. They're doing things to piss me off, not giving me any kind in any kind of way. If it's helping other people heal around with the crazy chaos that they're going on, keep doing what you do. Anything that you put in, and out to the world to where is something that is gonna, change your life in a big major way, everything is going to balance out. You're going to have the positive people that are going to encourage you to never quit, to keep going, because you have helped them realize a lot in their life. And there's going to be people also that's going to doubt you and feel like, oh, you don't have what it takes to do what you're doing, or oh, it's not going to overcome anything. Because there's a lot of people who are threatened by your strength. They're threatened by you're not giving up, your consistency. A lot of people don't like that because they don't want to do it, and it's just like I tell anybody, anything can come good into your life, but there's a lot of things you're going to have to do for change. And a lot of people just want something handed to them like it's going to fall in their lap. No, it's not going to happen that way. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to earn it. And a lot of people don't like that because the fact is they probably tried something and they failed at it. But that's what happens at times. You have to keep going and keep going. A lot of times, speed bumps are placed in our lives to see if we're going to still be that go getter life. And when you're staying open for that, blessings come in many different ways because you didn't give up. Even though there's times there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears you put in your situations. But as long as you keep pushing, don't worry about those doubters because those haters can be your motivators. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers dealing with stuff like that, and I'm subscribed to a lot of people. And I know the fact is they're doing some positive things. And if, even if I might not agree with the stuff they say, I just don't say anything because I don't know what they had to sacrifice to put that video out, what they had to do just to, put all their stuff together. Because I know at times I do my stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy. I get my stuff from my experiences, allowing myself to see it as a positive viewpoint because other people are struggling to deal with their everyday life. And it's not healthy. You're probably dealing with people that are, that hold that together. Three girls. And, that was back in my 20s and stuff like that. Well, bless you, baby. And, when she starts getting in her feelings about not want to go to sleep. Everybody knows when you're dealing with babies and terrible tubes, boy, they can really get you. So it's just all the different things I have went through that I can be so grateful for. There's times I done told people I'm tired. I'm spiritually and emotionally and mentally drained. There's things that goes on in my life where I feel like it's just not fair. I know you probably have been that way too, but then you have to understand everything is not what it seems. A lot of time they will take us through all these different changes to see if you really have what it takes. They know you do, but it's the fact is you have to know this. They always tell you you're not going through it by yourself because you're really not. Anytime you need help, just praying, whoever you pray to, your spirit guides are there, your archangels are there. When they're telling you all you have to do is call on us. The only time they can intervene if it's a life and death situation. They can't, other than that, they can't intervene unless you ask them because everything is out of free will. Now, yeah, it might seem unclear to you. You are getting signs that better is on its way. You just have to hold on to little while loved ones that passed on, as well as God in the universe and holy creator and source that, that there's things that's going on behind the scenes you're just not aware of. They're working diligently over to put this for you together just because you have dealt with a lot. Just like because you had to deal with a lot of crappy situations. You had to deal with some dark times that was hard for you to, really deal with and been held responsible for. That it's gonna drive back for everything that's going on. You're putting energy in something that you need to let nature take its course about because it's like whatever thing is done in the dark to you, like I've told y'all before, universe and God and all this holier than thou is not deaf, dumb, or blind about the things you done gone through, about the people that has put you in certain situations, people that has hurt you mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, all these different things. They know. Because while they're dealing with you, trust and believe they're dealing with them as well, in many different ways. And it's just like, they always say God and universe will rearrange your this. Allow yourself to heal on whatever level they're asking you to do that for. When they're asking you to put something down and make room for it, that's why they want all these good things to be able to come in for you that you deserve. And you're leaving love and forgiveness on this, on that surface. When you want love, you have to be able to forgive others as well. You want to be loved, you have to be able to give out love. And I had to learn that a lot. Like I tell people, all the people that has done things to me that, has done, I had to take that energy away from that. I had to take the power back. People didn't believe me on my situation. That's fine. I mean, it's just like it's not going to change anything. You can feel whatever you want to feel. I can't convince anybody of nothing. And I'm not going to try to, even though I am right. It ain't a might be, but I am right about my situation, my life. Don't mean I gotta prove them wrong. Sooner or people that has put me on so many different levels. So there's times when I see blessings that come my way, I cry. It's a joy because I know maybe I never know. Be able to correct it for the fast without when all I had to do was just that be you're wanting revenge because of what they did on you. It makes you no better than the person who put that mess on you. You have to be able to allow yourself to know if they're not in your life no more, then you can't give that situation power no more. What you allow will continue. If you're not allowing this to affect you the way it does, then it'll make it easier on you to be able to let go and heal where you need to heal. It's not fair to you for you to hold on to pain like a blanket. It's not. There's so many times I've sat here and I did the same things. I was just looking at my dad's pictures the other day and just cried. And he's like, stop doing that, and it's just like, I would love to look at his pictures, but then, there's so many things that we're going in changes about. It makes me remember those special times when I was able to contact with my, be in open contact with my dad, even though it was built off of deception and lies, him not being able to tell me who he was to me. I had to be able to be grateful, hold those memories, but hold it as in a view of love, not in a view of deception. That's not what God wants to remind you of. It's always saying that he was always there for you, even though he might not have been able to tell you who he was. He was always there. And that's how I want to see it. But as anybody who loses a parent, it's hard at times. But it's just a blessing when you're gifted like us. You can always still talk to them, even though they might not be here in the physical. You can always be able to talk to them, and that's the things that kept me sane. I could be able to conversate with my mom as well as my sisters, my good friends that have passed away, people I hold dear to me. Being able to do that has blessed me beyond all that I can even explain. But, being able to use your tragedy as a platform that other people can look at their lives and know, even though you might be having things that has occurred that's really hard for that pill to swallow of truth, that can be a real hard thing because a lot of times, certain situations has put walls up for you not to let nobody in that you can trust, not want to get in relationships, or even if you do in relationships, they're very short lived because you're opening yourself up to trust somebody. They can break your heart any day, but you have to be able to understand, there's some good people out there, whether or not you have ran into your duds, who hasn't, but you can't allow yourself to just view every person's like that person you deal with, because if you do, you'll always be by yourself. I'm glad for the mishaps that I went through because it allowed me to recognize myself that you're strong enough to understand these things happen. So if they ever occur again, you already know how to nip it in the bud before it goes off. So no person that you have ever been in contact with, it wasn't a purpose behind that. Even if it was a toxic situation, you learn what things to look for. You see their habits. There's a lot of people that have those same kind of habits. They just switch up the game a little bit. You have to be able to read between the lines when there's things being said. So I hope that, everything's going your way. And I will talk to you, on my next video. My daughter's calling me right now, so it's kind of hard for me to cut this off. So I will talk to y'all on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.